Most founders and executives, they're leaving millions of revenue on the table. Why? Because they invest all their time into posting content, but they struggle to generate these high quality leads. When your impression numbers and audience are minuscule, scaling your company with content alone, impossible. You can't guarantee that a high-level decision maker will come through as an inbound lead. In fact, 80% of the VPs and C-level executives we serve come from outbound. These people, they are not chronically online scrolling on LinkedIn. So the chance of them seeing your post? Slim. Leads aren't just going to fall into your lap, pal, especially if you're just starting out on LinkedIn. You'll be waiting years for this inbound flow to finally kick in. And not everybody who follows you is going to read your content. That's just not realistic. Look, I have been a Favicon top 10 UK creator 2 times in a row over the last 3 years. I have 70,000 followers on LinkedIn. And yet, content alone brings me just 15 to 20 sales qualified leads per month. That pales in comparison to what we generate through outbound prospecting. Posting alone will get you claps, but not revenue, more engagement. It doesn't always mean more conversion, especially if the wrong people are engaging with your profile. And those gurus, mate, I can tell you right now, they are bullshitting you. They've grossly misrepresented how much work it actually takes to unlock real revenue and growth on LinkedIn. To generate that consistent revenue, you need a social selling system that covers both inbound and outbound. And inbound alone, you're not going to generate enough demand. You need a foolproof strategy that actually converts your LinkedIn engagement into booked meetings. Now, this is a process I like to call content-led outbound. Content-led outbound means reaching out to people who's already shown some buyer intent. Let's gauge LinkedIn intent as the following signals. Likes, low intent. Comments, low bar intent. Followers, medium intent. Profile views and connections, highest intent. We start conversations with these warm leads every single day. And here's the thing, one of the biggest advantages of outbound, you can target ultra specific audiences. You can go after companies with specific revenue levels. So you're not wasting your time with those prospects that simply cannot afford you. But content-led outbound alone, it won't guarantee you're speaking to the ideal buyers. You need to layer it with cold outbound. Cold outbound means speaking to prospects who haven't demonstrated intent, meaning they haven't engaged in your content, but would be potentially a perfect fit for your services. Cold outbound makes about 50% of our business. We spend about 3 to 4 hours daily a day prospecting. We're sending between 40 messages per day on Sales Navigator with various tools for us to do that, personalize each message. And if you're not using Sales Navigator to leverage these 800 free emails you've got a month, you're missing out. Sales Navigator gives you real-time insights into companies and contacts. It lets you target the right buyers efficiently without limits. Well, anything over 800. We used to filter by revenue and connections and headcount, and now we can target C-level executives at 7 to 8, 9-figure companies. We also start 30 mini threads daily with our first connections who are prospects that definitely see our content, and we also send 40 sales messages as well to second connections. We also leverage profile views on my profile because if somebody showed interest to view your profile in the first place, there is a degree there that they might want to hear about what we do, or at least have the curiosity to check out what our company does. Most people fail in a social selling system because they don't have a repeatable direct messaging cadence for their cold outbound that actually triggers conversion. Yes, social proof and overcoming objections help, but they're not the real needle movers that take somebody from not interested to booking a meeting. Most sales conversations I see, absolute crap. Let's say you're a fitness coach. You DM a prospect and you say, hey, look, I'm a PT. I'm helping busy professionals lose weight. Curious what you're doing right now to lose weight. Listen, buddy, you're going to get hit by a brick wall. You will annoy your prospect to death, or they'll probably just ghost you. The truth is, having your prospect talk about their problems is the worst thing you can do. People hate opening up. You need to open the conversation by getting them to reflect on the need and their goals. Here's what that actually sounds like in a conversation. Hey Sandra, ever thought about how much life you would change if you were mentally strong and physically fitter? Boom. This is how you flip the conversation on its head. You make the buyer go from should I even be here to wait, how could this work? How could this person help me? because it's tied to the ultimate outcome that they want, and it's something that they don't know how to do. That is what I call the polarity shift in the DM. When you activate them, it's when the prospect becomes curious and excited, and they ask you this one golden question when you know you can book the meeting. How do I do that? When you get that how question, you've basically won them over. You're one step closer to booking a meeting. And this is the golden realization that helped us to build Atticus to reach a $500,000 ARR in under 12 months. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this with your go-to-market team. I break down demand gen, B2B growth, and LinkedIn strategy every single week.